Should I turn around? Did you want to go to Little Mia's Pizza?
I'm not hungry, but I kind of want to go there.
I'm gonna see if I can get back to Little Mia's Pizza. Little Mia's Pizza! Oh, is this the place for you, Mia? Little Mia!
That makes me happy.
And that's perfectly good pizza, Mia. We just had them split one slice in half because I know we're gonna eat later. You guys are almost the same size. Alright, come, Little Mia. It certainly seems simple enough, right? You're out for a nice drive and a nice day and you see a cute little pizza place you might want to stop at. You stop, you park, you eat, you continue on with your perfectly good day. It's a little different where we live. Here in California, I kind of feel like we're missing a lot of the simple pleasures that you might have elsewhere. As simple as just going out for coffee or something like that, or grabbing a slice of pizza. Getting around is just a lot more stressful. Alright, let's finish up December. My mom came to visit from Florida, and Harley was home from college, also visiting. Both staying with my aunt who invited Mia and I to dinner in Hollywood. There were a lot of people going, we certainly didn't want to say no, but oh man, we don't like going to that area. Here you really have to think about, okay, how far is it? How much traffic could there be? What time is it? Can I go now? Is there going to be parking? What time will I be coming home? Will there be traffic on the way home? Are there any alternate routes? No? Okay, well maybe I don't want to go. Sure enough, this place we were having dinner at had a small lot which was full. This is like why I'm always so hesitant to ever... If people want to meet over the hill, I never want to go anywhere, because well, where am I going to park? There was a surrounding residential area which you need a permit to park, otherwise you'll get ticketed and or towed. Then not too far away from the restaurant, we did find a parking lot, which we had to drive through a couple times because there of course was no parking. And then finally we saw some people coming. Very, very slowly. So I put my signal on and I start backing up. Clearly I'm waiting for their spot. What did we wait, like 10 minutes, Mia? Okay, turn the car on. Come on. I want to say, which really wouldn't be too out there, that they had like 10 minutes left on the meter and they weren't going to leave until their time was expired. It's just part of the culture of selfishness, right?
Walking through a parking lot.
Jerry.
I walk through the parking lot to and from work to get to the bus stop.
Uh-huh.
Morning it's mostly empty. On the way back, it's tricky because there are dozens of cars idling in the parking lot with their lights on. Like, they could be pulling in, they could be coming out, but they're just there.
Right.
And you've got to pass a lot of them. And you don't know which one is going to just start backing out at any moment.
And they don't look. They don't look behind them. They just go.
Pretty much, yeah.
Like, I'm already backing up. I'm halfway out of the spot. And nope, you're going to come. It's what they do here.
People here are good at blocking the aisles.
Yes.
The other day, there were some people in the freezer aisle getting something out of the freezer. There was one person with the door open, and the person they were with was standing behind them with the cart. So they were blocking the whole thing, and I wanted something behind them.
Right.
And so I was just waiting for them. And so then eventually one of them notices me, and she's like murmuring, "This guy doesn't know how to say excuse me."
I was just going to say something about that.
And like as though I can't hear them.
Right.
I just thought it was especially striking when we visited the East Coast how people in general seem to be more aware of their surroundings and like more present in the moment, I guess.
How about at the Ritz Diner when my dad was upset that they didn't have, I don't know, the certain type of roll he liked or something. And
yeah, like onion roll.
Something. And the guy behind him said, "Hey, we got a basket and we're not eating it," or something.
Yeah.
And he gave us his bread.
They could have said, you could have just said excuse me, or they could have just gotten out of the way.
Yeah. They always make it about you.
There was no reason they had to take up the whole aisle.
No.
Like that.
Sometimes I don't want to say excuse me. I usually do, and I usually say it politely, but...
Yeah, I'm not big on talking to people because I know that can start a thing, so I just waited patiently.
Right.
Until they were done doing their thing.
People love confrontations here. I don't know what that's about. Holy crap. Yeah, looks fantastic.
Coins, press OK for credit card.
Ah, no graffiti. Mia just finished doing all of that. And honey, you look fantastic.
Thank you.
That's a creepy little space, kinda. I was gonna say I wouldn't have had Big Giant Pizza for lunch had I known we were having Italian tonight, but that's kind of a lie. No license plate on this Mercedes. We did have big giant pizza for lunch, but you can never have too much pizza, right?
And then there was a security guard who saw us leaving the Gelson's parking lot.
He said he would tow us.
Yeah,
Harley and her friends had trouble parking as well. Their pizza's okay as far as LA pizza goes, I guess. Not East Coast pizza. Oh, honey, there were so many pizza places we neglected, even though we had pizza every day.
I know. We didn't even go to Mr. Bruno's.
We went to Little Mia's, but not to Mr. Bruno's. We went to the Roman Gourmet twice. I think it was worth it with their ziti pizza, but we neglected the Village Trattoria right next door. And Arturo's, a couple doors down.
We went to Reservoir.
We finally made it to Reservoir, but not Bunny's. For the price of the parking at this place in Hollywood, we could have eaten at another place on the East Coast, both of us.
Well, and like to people who don't actually live here, I mean, this all sounds very petty, I'm sure.
Oh yeah. No, you have to experience it. We spent nearly 2 weeks in New Jersey, near where I grew up. And when we're in New Jersey, we actually enjoy going out. It's actually nice to go for a drive. Driving is actually sort of part of the enjoyable experience of going out. Absolutely gorgeous day. I'm sorry, I've drifted. Okay, back to Hollywood. Oh, alright, so we paid like $3 instead of $4 and only got 3 hours instead of 10. And now we just paid $4 to get more time. So now we have 10 hours, but they expire at midnight, which is in 2 hours. We're gonna go see Harley's play. We have to walk in the freezing LA weather. And I'm not even kidding. This is a gorgeous area. Walking in LA isn't always the most pleasant experience.
All you bitches can kiss my ass.
That smell is interesting.
It's some fungus.
Mixed with stale
It's a
coffee.
mold.
Huh?
It's a mold.
Alright.
Mold?
Yes, molded stale coffee.
It's
So,
smoke. It's
Smoke.
Yeah.
It's a potpourri.
No.
It's interesting. Can't see. Can't see. Can't see.
Thanks for coming out. I'm Harley. We do improv, never been seen before. Will never be seen again. All we need is a suggestion from the audience.
And I'm glad we went. It was nice to see Harley and watch her improv. But it's like in New York, I would be so much more likely to go attend something like that. Whereas here, it's like we're working. It's going to take this many hours to get there. We're going to have to deal with this when we get there. It's going to take this many hours to get home. And I feel like there's just so many more things that we're likely to not do because it's just not a pleasant experience for the most part.
Thanks, everyone.
Should have stayed in New York where it's warm.
Really?
Would you believe it? We ran into the Shout Factory CEO again. This guy's just everywhere. I'm sure I'll come down with whatever that was that just got coughed in my mouth. So as we're walking, this woman walks by me, and when we're like head to head, she coughs into my mouth.
Sure, I'll come down with whatever that was.
57.
It's 57 in Pittsburgh
Yeah.
currently, because it's 3 hours later there.
14 degrees warmer in Overland right now.
At 3 in the morning. At 3 in the morning.
Insane.
Okay, the heater started to smell like burning and then stopped working, so we unplugged it. It's absolutely freezing in here. I went to bed not long after we got home and I woke up a couple hours later, like freezing like I've never been before. And sure, it was cold outside and our house is not insulated and the heat doesn't work. And it was freezing in the house, but I mean like way colder than I should have been. I was getting sick. It took roughly 3 hours in Hollywood for me to catch something. A lot of you guys have been asking if the motorcycle is still a thing, and yes, of course it is. So I'm sick today. I was taking a nap. I see this guy across the street, and he's staring at the motorcycles. I didn't recognize him, but I thought maybe he's some neighbor that I didn't know, and maybe he was going to say something to them. I don't know. And then finally, he says something to them. He said something like, "Hey bro, I'm getting effing jealous over here." And here comes Mr. Scum himself. He was in a motorcycle accident due to reckless driving, but don't worry, he's fine, and he's already back on the bike, making noise.
It's like huge. Look at this
Wow.
living room area. Basement.
Oh wow.
Another big room. Look at this.
Oh, I love
It's
that.
like a little oasis, right?
Oh,
It's walking path.
wow, this is all for the same house?
Yeah. So sick of this.
Oh, is it time for police helicopter now?
Of course it is.
So, anyway, we're of course looking to move, and now we're finally able to do that. Sort of. We can finally afford to. We're still on a lease. Jerry still has to figure out some stuff with work. But when our lease expires, we very much plan to be either out of here or in the process of leaving. For a while, we've been looking at Oregon, and now we're also considering Pennsylvania. So, what can you guys tell me about Pennsylvania? We're looking for some place that's a lot more quiet, where people are a bit more considerate and reasonable, and I guess law-abiding. It would certainly be very nice to have a basement. Some space around the house so we're not on top of people like we are here. Someplace that's affordable. We're certainly never going to buy a house in California. I'll always love New Jersey, but I think New Jersey is less affordable than some other places, unfortunately. And New York is definitely not happening. But Pennsylvania would be a nice place to live, we think, and be very close to both New York and New Jersey, so we could still visit fairly easily. And Pennsylvania has lots of really good trains. Not necessarily a reason to move there, but man, do they have a lot of trains. Both model trains, like epic model trains, and live vintage trains that you can ride. Lots of good camping and hiking and stuff like that, which I also really like. I went to summer camp in the Poconos for many years, and I just always loved being in Pennsylvania. I thought it was very pretty. The summers there were very nice, when I was there at least. Even in August, we were surviving in those un-air-conditioned cabins. I mean, with the AC blasting here, we're still dying in here. So maybe we could find somewhere in Pennsylvania that's not too out in the middle of nowhere, but a bit quieter and more peaceful. And then we'd still be closer to New York and New Jersey. And then you have to start calling in for jury duty tomorrow, don't you?
Yeah.
Epic grand jury
I don't know
duty.
if it's grand jury, but it is federal jury. And that could still be bad.
This isn't like a week of jury duty. Mia could be gone potentially for a year, 2 years, 3 years, 10 years.
I don't know about gone, but yeah. Grand jury meets once a week for up to 3 years.
So if we want to move,
Yeah.
that could be an issue. Mia's got nothing against doing her civic duty, but there's what, 90 million people in LA, and Mia gets called every single year.
It seems like there would be enough that I wouldn't be called every time I'm up.
Once you do it, you get some time off where they can't call you again, but the minute Mia's time is up,
Yeah.
it's in the mail.
Immediately after that ends.
It's incredible.
I'm called. Yeah.
So there's always a chance that she might not have to go in, but here I'm telling you in the vlog, guaranteed, 4.5 hour round trip. And Mia doesn't have a car, so I get to be part of the jury duty. Alright, I think this vlog is already way too long, so I'm going to end here, and I guess not do the rest of December after all. But thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't. Let me know if you have any input on Pennsylvania, and good night.